Hey y'all, let me turn my volume up. All right, I think that's good right there. How's it been going? If you guys see a number 9 in the back, that's my daughter's balloon. We just celebrated her 9th birthday, so yeah, that's what that's about. It's been a while since I've been live or on. Well, I've been online, but I haven't been live. So welcome back, welcome back. I definitely wanted to jump on. It's a beautiful day to talk to some beautiful people and to see how y'all been doing. It's been a minute. And it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on this weekend. But happy Friday, or some people like to say happy Friday. Yeah, but you always got to remind yourself, I'm always going to remind you too. You are divine inspiration. You are a source of inspiration for your friends. You are a source of inspiration for your family. You are a source of inspiration for your community. You are a source of inspiration to every single person connected to you. This ain't a me thing. This is a we thing. I always say that. Okay? Like I was saying, there's a lot going on this weekend. Man, it's so much talk about this total solar eclipse that's coming up in a couple more days. Well, really in another day or so. I'm kind of ready to get it over with, because I'm kind of tired of hearing about it, honestly. This one is significant, but as a person who been following the moon phases and stuff like that, and knowing when we're having a eclipse, it's kind of this one is big. But it's we've been having eclipses. It hasn't been total eclipses, but we have been having them. So, and we will continue to have them. So that's that. But I see a lot of wrestling fans online. It's a big weekend for y'all. They over in Philadelphia doing WrestleMania. That's happening. Mercury retrograde, oh my God, the planet of communication technology. I was on a series because my birthday is coming up. I'm an Aries. It is Aries season. So I was on a series of writing and just writing down my thoughts and the stuff that came to my head. I like to write. But then I kind of reneged on it a little bit, because I know people have a hard time with miscommunication during this time. So I'm let me just fall back a little bit, because I don't want nothing to be taken out of context, and I don't want somebody to take something that I say the wrong way. So we just put a little brief pause on that. But yeah, that's that. But then I'm kind of torn in between the two, because it's if you feel you need to speak, I'm a firm believer of speaking your truth. So I also feel if I need to say something, then it's my duty to say something, right? But yeah, I also don't feeling I'm saying that I'm repetitive and I'm saying the same thing over and over again. I also feel like that too, because I don't overly explaining myself to people. It make me, I don't know. It's just a me thing. Don't even worry about that. But anyways, so the last couple of weeks, a lot has been going on anyways, but I haven't really been feeling well, feeling like myself. And then my children was sick. So when they sick, one passed it to another, and then the other one passed it to the another one, and then they passed it to me, and then I'm sick. I'm trying to take care of them. So it's just been a lot. Okay, a lot. So I'm let me jump back here online. And I do have to reach out to my other moms and check on them, because I know spring break, they either already have spring break or they still on spring break, like my kids. They still on spring break. They go back Tuesday. So, yeah, that's a whole nother story, because it's just been, a little bit of a challenge, okay? So if you've been feeling it the way I've been feeling it, I don't really, I didn't really come on here with a set in stone message for you guys, but I definitely wanted to show my face and show up, just to let you know that I love and appreciate the support. And when I'm not online, I know people, they reach out to me and they just make sure that I'm okay and that everything else is okay, because, you know, I haven't been on here. So I'm just going to take the next like 5 minutes or less to just go over a few of these, my faves, affirmation cards. I pulled these out because it's a beautiful day, and I love the colors. I love the rainbow. I love the brightness of these cards. They are positive affirmation cards. I've had them for a while, and I actually laminated them because they was just regular cards, but I went to the next step and I end up laminating them. So if they look a little bit glossy, that's why. So I'm just going to read a few of these because I love affirmations. And if you haven't like watched the affirmations video and how powerful affirmations are, and the power of speaking things out of your mouth, and the power of speaking things that you want into existence, the power of speaking life into yourself, into your family, into your children, into the people that surround you. It's a very practical but powerful technique, and I love affirmations, and I feel like it's a way to validate yourself. You don't have to wait for somebody to validate you. Validating is for parking, not for people. When I heard that like 4 years ago, that's something that really shifted my mindset, because, you know, a lot of times we do look for that, especially like in the social media world. You know, we put stuff out there and we look for feedback, and we look for, you know, like responses and stuff like that. But you know what? When I read that, it kind of shifted. It kind of shifted something in my mind. Like, validation is for parking, not for people. You know, like I've seen people, and I don't understand their path. I don't understand the mission that God got them on. I don't really fully understand their purpose. We could be totally different. We could be night and day, but I still respect them and know that they on a path, like they on a journey. It may not look like mine. It's not supposed to look like mine, and mine is not supposed to look like theirs, but they on a path. And that, I mean, you have to show mad respect. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so it's not really, you know, affirmations is just really about just validating yourself, affirming yourself. You know, sometimes you have to encourage yourself because, you know, at a certain point of time and in life, you know, you are responsible for yourself. You know, you're responsible for your mental health. You're responsible for the way you show up. You're responsible for the way that you step out into the world. You know, you can't blame it on anybody else. You know, you can't blame it on your childhood. You can't blame it on your parents. You can't blame it on nobody. You have to take full responsibility for you as a person. So affirmations is a great way, you know, to retrain all those doubts, the self-doubts and the negative thoughts in your head, and the stuff that, you know, kind of keep you boxed in and keep you in a box and keep you in a certain type of mindset. All right. So that's why I love affirmations. They're very simple. They're very practical, but they're very powerful. And I never underestimate the power of them. Like yesterday morning, I'm slowly but surely trying to get back into like my morning routine with my spiritual practice. And, you know, yesterday, and I've been doing this, like, I mean, over the past 4, 5, 6 years now, just having a mirror and, you know, either typing them or writing my affirmations down. I'm a visual person. I'm an aesthetic person. I love colors. I love bright colors. That's why I told y'all why I love these cards. You know, is because, you know, like the colors, and it just draws good energy to me. So, yeah, so when I was doing the affirmations, I was like saying them to myself out loud in the mirror. And it just, a lot of times it just brings a level of revelation over me, where it's like, it reminds me, and I wanted to remind you as well, but it reminds me of who I am. You know, it reminds me that I'm a child of God. It reminds me that I don't have to fear. It reminds me that I don't have to worry. I don't have to doubt. You know, it just really like enhance and boost my confidence. You know what I mean? I think last year there was some things circulating around the internet about false positivity, right? And, you know, it was basically, in a nutshell, it was just saying how there's people online promoting false positivity, like life is perfect and everything is perfect and, you know, positive this, positive energy only, positive that. And I learned about myself a long time ago. I'm just gonna say this. On the inside, full transparency, on the inside, when I think back to like years ago, I thought really negative. Like my mindset was really negative, really like pessimistic. But the one thing I will say is I was negative in my mind, but like I didn't really allow that negativity to poison the stuff that came out of my mouth or poison the people around me. Not 100%, but majority of the times, a long time ago back then, like, yeah, like I was a really heavy negative thinker. But I feel like I was one of them people that suffer in silence. So I feel like if I was going through something hard or something rough or something tough, I didn't want the people around me to feel the same pain and frustration and anger and things that I was feeling. Like I didn't want that for them. So what I would do is I wouldn't share, you know, all the negative stuff that was going on in my head. But you have people who the opposite. You have people who, like the saying goes, misery loves company. They're miserable, so they want to make everybody around them. It wasn't my mission. Like that wasn't what I was on. Like that's really not that's not who I am, and it's not who I've ever been. You do have people who will try to bring you down to where they at. I was down, but I wasn't trying to bring nobody down with me, right? So then I noticed like when I start changing like my spiritual practice, like doing these affirmations and stuff like that, and like getting around nature and getting around water and trying to meditate and pray and get myself together. And that was another thing that was like difficult for me too, was that like I was more concerned with other people than I was with myself. So, you know, when I talk about people with big hearts, like you gotta get with me because I understand being a person with the big heart. Like I understand how it's a great thing, don't get me wrong, but I understand how detrimental it can be because you're always doing and pouring and showing up for everybody else, but you're not really pouring and showing up for yourself, right? So, you know, when things began to shift for me, you know, like God really focused my awareness on myself, because I was always like trying to take care of everybody around me, but God really had me take that focus that I had for people and my loved ones and the people around me to put it to myself. And that really ultimately changed the path in which that I was on, because, you know, as a person with a big heart, it's like you try to fix stuff that's not your assignment. You know, you trying to heal people that, you know, God didn't tell you to heal, and you're trying to do stuff that's not a part of your assignment. And that's where I learned how to fall back and really put that energy back into myself so that I can clearly hear from God and know where it is I'm supposed to be and the people I'm supposed to be with and I'm supposed to be around. And yeah, affirmations really helped me to do that. You know, it helped remind me of who I am and my power and my confidence. And that's what I ultimately want to give to other people. And it's not promoting false positivity. It's really not. Because when I did get around other like individuals, females, they could feel like the positive vibe. Like I wasn't one of them ones that was, you know, trying to gossip and be in the mix. And like, and then I had people who hated me for that. You know, like, oh, you know, like whatever. Like, it's not about somebody trying to be perfect. Everybody is not, you know, like I grew up around my brothers, dudes, men, guys, my dad, you know, like masculine energy. Like, you know, like there are some dudes that like to gossip and do stuff like that, but I didn't grow up around that. You know, so like I that never was a part of my thing. Like, oh, I want to gossip and talk about this person, talk about that person. Like that never was who I was. Like I never was into that. So when I got around females and stuff like that, they noticed like, wow, she's a real positive person. And, you know, they kind of taught me something that I didn't even know about myself at the time. You know, like they dubbed me as, you know, positive energy only. And, you know, that to me, that was a compliment because they didn't know the turmoil. They didn't know the hell that I was going through on the inside, but they always felt like I brought positive energy. And that brings me back to, you know, like how when I felt these things inside, I never wanted to spill it out on other people. And I felt like I accomplished that because other people felt more positive energy from me, but they didn't know the darkness that was inside of me that I felt, you know, being attacked and being under spiritual warfare. They never got the backlash of that. You get what I'm saying? And some people did. But yeah, so yeah, I don't promote false positivity. And that's why, you know, if I'm not online or if I'm not making videos or if I'm not posting or something like that, you know, and that's like another message as well, like thoughts of an empath. Like, you know, sometimes I have to withdraw my energy, you know, back to myself and ground myself and work on myself and take care of myself. Because I do so much for other people. I do so much for my family. I do so much for my kids. And it's like sometimes I have to withdraw myself in order for me to recharge. See, some people recharge by being around other people, being around crowds. They take borrowed energy. I'm the opposite. I need to withdraw my energy to recharge. Like I need to isolate to recharge. I need quiet time to recharge. I need time to myself to recharge. Like, and it's not loneliness. It's just I need that alone time. And I want to say I've always had it. I've always had it. And I can remember being a young teenager. And I feel like I was missing out on stuff in the world because I was always at home, or I just went to school and went back home. And I was like, I was in like my own little universe in my room, and I had music and I had pictures and I had cameras, and I just always been this creative person. And I had journals, and I would just be in my own universe. And at the time when I was young, I was like, oh, it's so boring. I want to go out. I want to do this. I want to, you know, go bowling. I want to go skating. I want to go out to dinner. I want to be out. You know what I mean? And then when I was old enough to branch out and I got out, and then I realized being out, I'm like, so this is what I always was trying to do. Like I wasn't missing out on nothing. So, and then my children came, and then that, you know, that really just changed everything, because it's like, I have to take care of another human now. You know what I mean? So now I think back to then, and I'm like, man, you know, that alone time for me and for other empaths, and I don't know if you can relate to it, but that alone time, it's a necessity. I'm gonna leave it at that. Like it's just a necessity, and I feel like I can't survive without alone time. Like to be around nobody. You know, like I am a family oriented person. I love people. I'm in a relationship. I love my guy. He's amazing. I love my children. I love my family. And you know, like I enjoy being around them and I enjoy having company, but sometimes I just want to be by myself, like in my own thoughts, in my own energy, doing my own self-care, just being in my own little universe. Like that's a necessity. And I feel like it's not being selfish is really a part of self-care, that I'm pouring back into me and doing the things that I love to do, because I feel like I sacrificed a lot for other people. So, you know, doing stuff on my time and what I like to do and pouring back into myself is just, it's everything, okay? So I'm going to stop all the jabbering and I'm going to get to a couple of these affirmation cards, okay? So this is the one I've been showing most of the time. I am loved. I am stronger than I think. I have a voice that matters. I am wise and humble. I believe in myself. I am the author of my story. That part. Happiness looks gorgeous on me. I am capable. When that self-doubt start creeping in, look yourself in the mirror. I am capable. A lot of times, side note, we be in our head about a lot of stuff. And I'm one of the ones. You be in your head about a lot of stuff, but you don't realize, how you do stuff, because it's just, you know you have to do it. It comes naturally for you. But a lot of times you can be in your head about it and overthink about it, and it cause you to be like doubt a little bit, or critique or criticize a little bit more. So get out your head and always remember you are capable. You're capable of anything and everything. Just don't think too hard about it. I am proud of my decisions. I am who I want to be. Exactly. I am who I want to be. I'm not who people want me to be. I'm not who people expect me to be. I am who I want to be. This reminds me of a post from like this week when I was saying how a flower bloom. You bloom where you plant it. A lot of times when people are planted in the same city as you, when people are planted in the same neighborhood as you, when people are planted in the same household as you, they expect y'all to bloom the same. No, we don't bloom the same. We bloom differently. I am who I want to be. I'm not who you thought I was going to be. I'm not who you want me to be. I'm who I want to be. That's important. I am growing through every experience. I am growing through every experience. The key word is growing. I am growing through every experience. I'm not trying to perfect every experience. I'm growing through every experience. Growing through every experience. That's what life is. Life is an experience and an experiment. Never be too hard on yourself. My potential is endless. My potential is endless. The only limit is you. The only limit that exists is the limit you create. If you say I can't do it because of this, then guess what? You can't do it. But if you say I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, then guess what you can do? All things. My potential is endless. Whew. We grow beautifully in our own way. Don't judge nobody's path. Don't judge nobody's story. Don't judge what nobody else is doing. We grow beautifully in our own way. If you see somebody and they not where you think they should be, give them a chance. Give them some grace. I remember being young. I remember being 16, 17, 18, 19. And I had people judging me, criticizing me, critiquing me. And I felt like, you never taught me anything. So when it's time for me to make decisions, I'm figuring it out on my own because nobody taught me. So I'm going to go out and figure this thing out on my own. We grow beautifully in our own way. My journey don't look like your journey. Your journey don't look like my journey. So back up. Oh, gosh. Flowers bloom when I smile. Smile today. Smile at somebody today. I am energized by my passion. I have a lot of passions, as you all know. I am valuable. I am powerful and fearless. I am creating the life of my dreams, slowly but surely. Baby steps is a step, so regardless, keep moving forward. Slow progress is progress, okay? I am a beautiful soul. Forget the outer appearance. Look on the inside. Look deeper. I'm beautiful inside and out. I am enough. I am becoming the best version of myself. That's right. As long as I don't give up. I am proud of who I've become. We get so focused on where we want to go, who we want to become, what we want to accomplish, what we want to do, that we lose sight of, dang, let's just pause for a minute and realize how far I done came this far. Like, thus far, how far I have came. If that make any sense. But if you look at 5 years ago from now, you came a heck of a long way. I know my worth. Know your worth, add tax, and don't give no discounts. I have the power to create change. I have the power to create change. Yes, I do. Even if it's one person at a time, even if you just reach one person at a time, even if I make these videos or I come on live or whatever the case may be, if one person walk away with something, with a changed mindset or a new outlook, I'm content. I don't need millions and millions and thousands of followers, although it would be nice, but like Drake said, who gonna follow you to the end? Probably not them. All right, so with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for catching the replay. Make sure you subscribe to Divine Inspirations YouTube channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.